Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So first off, Merry Christmas to all of you out there. Hopefully you got to spend some time with your loved ones, your friends and family, maybe had a great Christmas breakfast, Christmas brunch, or even a Christmas dinner. As for myself, I did finish a dinner earlier this evening. I also did go to church, to celebrate the birth of Jesus, if you believe in that sort of thing. Now, that being said, was not expecting a Christmas update. However, I guess that Japan is, hours ahead, and so this will probably be the 26th for them. Now, that being said, update 2.14.300. Who is this cutie pie disguised as a cat? Well, if you've been following on the Japan updates or even on the AE Wiki in terms of upcoming content, you will know that this is Aes Nekoko. Unfortunately, she is still spelled with a C instead of a K, but she is very sought after. I know a lot of us have been looking forward to her. Now, one thing that's been mentioned, and you can see that's right underneath the picture, her treatises and proofs, which is the upgrading of 5 treatises into a VC Grasta, will not be available until early January. So I'm assuming that means that even though the banner is able to be summoned, you and I, if we are grinding out treatises, Nekokos will not be there. So bear that in mind when you decide what you want to do in terms of summoning. Now, that being said, Nekoko Aes has a lot going for her. Now, instead of her, her normal style, this one actually does set a zone. When she VCs in, she sets Earth Zone and increases crit damage of all party members by 50% for 1 turn, probably 2 turns if you do have her VC Grasta. Now, if you ever used Myunfa normal style back in the day, and even now, that VC is always really sought after. Any crit damage boost is great because there's no cap on crit damage boost. So keep that in mind. It's always great to have more crit damage up. Anyways, Aes Nekoko can also lock in another zone. But what's really sets her apart versus, any other units available in the game so far is that she can change the element of your entire party for 1 turn to the elemental zone active. So that means with the exception of Shade Zone, because we don't have a Shade Zone setter, you can set her, say you have a Wind Zone set, that means you can put any mix of units of varying elements, and if you use her special move, she will change all party members' attack type to match that elemental zone. Now, keep in mind, it also changes the enemies as well, and it only lasts for 1 turn, so it doesn't carry through to the next turn. But imagine the possibilities. A 1-turn AF with, for example, a Wind Neptune, or for example, a Fire Icicle Zorch. Flam and Eva, the scam units. I mean, that means that, no matter what kind of team you have, if you have really powerful units and you want those mix of special moves and so on and so forth, just throw them all on one team, add Aes Nekoko and your preferred zone setter, whatever elemental zone you want, and you're just gonna take off right there with a large 1-turn AF, or if you want to do 2 turns of AF, you have to VC someone in. I mean, that is crazy. Not only that, that same move, by the way, that changes the attack type to all enemies and allies to match the elemental zone, does also increase your power, int, and speed, and weapon damage of your entire party by 50%. Wow. And if you happen to have a light team, that boost is now 75%. So you can clearly see that the power creep is real. Boost used to be, 25-25, and now that we have units such as Kid, or for example, Orlea with Alumage, a 50-50-50 buff or 75-75-75 buff is pretty crazy. The fact that she can do that all in one move while changing the entire team to 1 element is ridiculous. Not only that, in terms of defense, she can do power, int, speed, and type down 25%. Now, that's not great, but in any zone, including weapon zone, elemental zone, and so on and so forth, that becomes 50-50-50. 250. So you get that type resist down, which increases your damage for elemental attacks, and you debuff the enemy so you take less damage. It also restores heals, why not? And it can awaken zone. Don't forget that her 4-star moves still have physical and type resistance with the Cat Daddy Guardian shield, and that protects front and back. I mean, if you've already used normal style Nikoko, you'll know how powerful these shields are, on top of the fact that now she can change anyone to the element you want. Crazy, crazy things. Now keep in mind, this is more of a support unit now. Doesn't have much DPS, unlike normal style Nikoko, which still had like a 900 mod for one of her cat slaps, which also healed at the same time. So a little bit different use, but very powerful nonetheless. So for those who want to spend stones, either free or paid stones, Nikoko AS will obviously be available as of tomorrow night around, I'll say, 21 hours from now. Keep in mind, this is an in-game update, and so you will not get this banner early. It'll reset, like I said, around 7 p.m. my time, which is 21 hours from now. And you can do the standard Faithful Encounter, pay 2 times max. And the really interesting thing is, for this update, you get to pay for a guaranteed 5-star of Nikoko. So I'm assuming that doesn't mean AS, but that being said, if you can get the guaranteed Nikoko, that is great. And you can see that guaranteed 5-star golden flower cat. If you do that, you can side grade to her once her treaties are available. So there are lots of options to paid players. Now, something else interesting is that they have some really powerful Faithful Encounters. So if you haven't been already tempted with your paid 1000 stones from your starter pack or your premium pack, or if you're an expender already and you want to spend your stones, you treated yourself to a nice little Christmas present. Wow, look at this banner. Global version 2022 Best of the Best 2, paid 3 times max, available for about 2 weeks or so. Look at the 10 units guaranteed as one of the 5-star guarantees. So on polls 1 to 9, remember that you probably can get anything. However, on poll 10, Nikoko AS, Alma, Orlea, Flam, Eva. Like, it looks like WFS has taken a poll of the units everyone wants and just put them all on one banner. And I'll cover this more on my Should You Summon tomorrow. But wow, the lineup looks very promising. Okay. More stones that you can buy on sale. 2,200, 4,500 for the next 2 weeks. So you can only buy them once. And I wonder if that means that we won't have an update until then. But that's fine. I mean, I'm sure most of you are still working through the Tales crossover. I mean, even for myself, spending an exorbitant amount of time on the game. Today I actually took a day off and wasn't planning to do any videos. But yeah, there's still a lot to do. And if you're not playing nearly as much as Gamer Dad, obviously with myself trying to create content, you probably have a backlog of a lot of grinding, a lot of side quests, and so on and so forth. So again, take your time. Content is forever unless you're trying to be global first or just putting content out there. Enjoy the game, and there is lots to do. So hopefully we have an update then, December 10th. And don't forget, if you're still new to the game, you can still get a free 1,000 stones, and that's on top of 1,000 stones, I think, when you start the game anyway. So you'll have 2,000 stones. We still do have the logins, and I hope you've been enjoying or saving those 100 stones at a time. That's only going to be available for another 2 weeks as well. And remember that you do get 1,000 stones if you just started the game. So if you're new to this channel, new to the game, there are still a lot of Chrono Stones bonuses for everybody. So I mean, if you start the game now and you play to chapter 13, you can get 1,000 from starting the Chronos, the Crown of the Pale Dawn collab. You get 1,000 for logging in, and 1,000 for starting the game anyway. So that is crazy stuff, and we already know this. Lots of extra keys for everyone. Spend your time, burn those keys, get those treatises, codexes, and opuses, and let me know how you are doing in those grinds. So it looks like they are fixing a lot of bugs. Obviously, with the simultaneous release with Japan and global for the collab, there are some interesting things in terms of the battle mechanics combination with the concerto art. So I wonder how that's going to affect it going on. But I haven't done the reviews on these units anyway, so I'm sure this will just make it, normal, so to speak. So let me know in comments below, excuse me, what you think about the update. Are you planning to buy stones? Have you already bought stones? Have you spent your stones? Or are you saving? In my case, I do have a normal style Nikoko. I will be grinding those treatises once they drop in a couple weeks from now. And unfortunately, I guess I will have to delay my expectations in getting AS Nikoko in any form. But that being said, still working on Alter his Mina opuses. I mean, I haven't even seen one. I think my oldest son, aka Jeff Morrison, has gotten one. The rest of my family has not. So they are going to be pretty hard to come by. Grind's going to be the grind, right? Anyways, enjoy your holidays. Again, Merry Christmas to you from the Will Mac Gamer Dad family. And thanks for watching. We'll see you later.